Hey Wargamers, today I want to take a moment to update you on what's going on with the HeresyLab Kickstarter. It's been about a week since we talked about it, and there's about 10 days left until the Kickstarter concludes. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description below. But yeah, it's doing very well. It's more than 500% funded, and that's pretty exciting. There are a bunch of models that we've already talked about, but there's also a few models that have been added on to the Kickstarter as part of the various stretch goals, new models, new weapon options, that sort of thing. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some of these new models that are coming out with that Kickstarter. But before we do that, HeresyLab sent me some of the 3D printed test prints for some of these sculpts, and they look good. The detail is there. The proportionality is correct. The scale is correct. It's exactly, what you would expect. So that's pretty cool. I have this, Stoop character. I have, that diplomat character. I have a bunch of militia. I have, this guy here. So, the detail looks really nice and the scaling is appropriate. So, detailing, scaling are really, some of the things that you necessarily don't get a great sense of just in pictures. But, with a physical object in your hand, you can tell that, it works. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's look at some of these new sculpts that are part of the Kickstarter now. First up, we have this shaman character, and there's actually two different poses for it. There's the crouching version, and then there's the standing version. And both of these are very similar, but slightly different. You'll notice that the standing one actually has a bird skull on his right shoulder and a wolf skull on his left, whereas the crouching one has only a wolf skull on his left shoulder. The garments are slightly different as well. And so there's differences between these two, but they're both, shaman, and they both have the same type of equipment, that staff and that sickle. The standing version originally had a hammer to kind of be, hammer and sickle, but that wasn't received very well, so it got switched back to the staff. These are both works in progress, and so really what happens, whether HeresyLab goes with just one or both, is going to be in response to community feedback. So if you like one of these more than the other, or if you want both, you can comment on the Kickstarter and let them know which one or both you prefer. Two other stretch goals were specialist weapons for the scouts and the militia. These specialist weapons will work in a way that you basically get the specialist weapon arms, and so you can put these in place of the standard weaponry as you choose for these particular sculpts. But yeah, both weapon options come for both units, so that's pretty cool. You get a nice variety there. There were a few additional sculpts unlocked for the militia as well. These have exposed faces as opposed to the closed helmet that the stock militia have. And they also have a variety of chest pieces. Those chest pieces come in both male and female versions. You'll notice that two of these have more angled chest pieces to suggest that they are female. And then the exposed faces are also intentionally designed to reflect a variety of facial features. So you'll notice there's quite a lot of diversity reflected in this particular unit, which I think is refreshing. We also got to see a new wasp character unveiled. That brings the total number of wasps to 4. This particular sculpt brings some nice variety, but I would really like to see a 5th. If you want to see a 5th wasp in this Kickstarter as well, just go on over the Kickstarter, let them know. HeresyLab, I know, has been checking those comments pretty consistently. So let them know if you want to see 5 wasps instead of just 4. And then finally, we had a special weapon unlocked for Vash. This is meant to be a little bit more of a high volume of fire weaponry, and so you can elect to take both of these weapons instead of the stock weapons with Vash now, which gives you some nice versatility. All right, so those are all the sculpts that are ready, but there are a few things that are in the pipeline that are very close to coming out, and we will talk about those more once they actually happen, but the latest unlock is a new model, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be a 4-legged version of the rider mount creature. So a 4-legged, smaller version of one of those. And then a new weapon option is just around the corner, assuming, pledges keep going. And that's probably going to be like exposed heads and rifle weaponry for the scouts. So that'll be really cool. I think that's going to be neat. And also kind of flesh that unit out a little bit more, give it a little bit more, a little bit larger unit size for that unit as well. So that'll be cool. We will keep an eye on that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, if you want to check this out, there's a link in the description below for the Kickstarter. But I'm really curious what you think about these sculpts, which ones you prefer, and how you might use them. So throw that in the comments section and we will talk about it there. All right, so thanks for watching, and as always, happy wargaming. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This channel is made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider joining our community over there as well. We also have an active and growing Discord channel, so if you're interested in joining that, check out the link in the description below. My sincere thanks to Robbie Goodwin, Richard B., Jose Gomez, Ruger, Drew Pratley, Jacob Harkrider, Mark Schwering, Michael Byrne, Zealous Brimstone, Jim Bob, Scott Heater, Stephen Cowan, Jake Johnson, Jared Egler, Chris Kessler, Tao Oswell, and Shifty.